what does work look like in 10 years is something that I get in a huge conversation all the time with when it comes to AI. Um, that's a difficult one, right? So we see all these layoffs happening. I don't know if it's specific to AI. I think that it could be more of the excuse that's being used, right? We're also seeing a lot of people that are like, why would I go to school to learn these things when AI is just going to take this over? So it's a very difficult, hard, nuanced question because, at the end of the day, I think AI is the worst it's going to be right now. So we're going to keep getting better. And so it's going to keep taking more and more share from people, right? If you're like a lawyer and you're like, 2 years ago, you're like, I'm a lawyer, I'm fine. Now there's AI models that are specifically going after lawyers to try to take that work. And so I think a lot of us will, if we just step back for 2 seconds and we just remember one thing, that this isn't actually intelligent in the sense that it's Paul, right? Or it's Mike, or it's a human being. We have value. AI is more like a calculator. And we just
Mhm.
have to remember that. It's a machine. This is not living. It's an actual machine. I understand that the CEOs in Anthropic, and I understand that, NVIDIA, and they're all saying something else. But you have to remember that they have trillions and trillions of dollars that they now have to make up because of their investments. So they are going to say certain things that make their products sound like they are the only thing that you need in business. And I could tell you by building AI agents and implementing AI into companies, it could not be further from the truth because human beings are what drives this. Will you
Yeah.
need less people? Yes, right. But you're not going to need no people. And so when people are like, well, I don't want to study something because AI is going to take it over. I'm like, you are doing everyone such a disservice because if you go study that subject,
Mhm.
you are going to come up with nuances that AI is never going to come up with because the only thing AI can ever do is copy. Right. And so you're doing you and everybody else a disservice. So I would just remind people that it's a machine and that we should leverage it to help us do things better and leverage it to help us get away and spend more time with family and leverage it to, help us do things faster.
Mhm.
But it's never going to replace. And as much as everyone thinks it's going to replace, I just haven't seen it. And a good example is software developers. We've been saying software developers will be replaced since 2022. And all the time. I think everybody's like, oh, in 6 months, we'll never need software developers. And we still need more and more software developers in companies all the time. And small companies are starting to grow and they need software developers. And it's because at the end of the day, it's just a robot and it could just copy what we've already done off the data it's already been trained on.
Mhm. Yeah, certainly. Well, I appreciate your perspective and the knowledge that you shared, for business owners and frankly employees. Certainly it's a hot topic by all means. And, again, applicable for our conversation today for, what you've built also in the cannabis space, which again has a unique perspective that you can then bring into other industries as well, which is powerful. It's something I've seen where you have a leading sort of company in industry, and then you bring that to the dinosaurs of the world, and they're like, wow, you can really do this. And it's like, this was 15 years ago. And so, really just helps transform not just businesses, but also lives, for the customers that they serve for products and services.